Just a second, I will send it out. The recording will start. Okay. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Kṛṣṇa Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Kṛṣṇa Arpanamastu. So, before we start, do you have any doubts? Everything okay? We are doing I think this is the final, I thought this would be the final lecture of Madhvācārya today for second chapter. But I think there's a last set of explanations given by Madhvācārya which are a little bit more complicated. And I would like to take that in the next class to finish the second chapter. Okay, let me start going further. Then we'll see where if we have any doubts, we will stop. As I told you, this is a critical verse, 2.61. Tāni sarvāni samyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi asyendriyāni tasya prajñā pratishtita. In this
we don't see the screen, Swami, if you're sharing.
Oh, sorry. I did not share, I think. Hold on. I did not share. Share. No. Now it's okay?
Yeah, we can see now.
Very good. Second. Okay, this verse, Tāni sarvāni samyamya yukta asita matparaha, we looked at how three Ācāryas slightly explain this differently. In the Rāmānujācārya explanation, or Rāmānuja Bhashya, the concept of keeping Vishnu, keeping Kṛṣṇa in mind will help the aspirant. In what way will it help the aspirant? Anybody? What is the advantage of keeping Kṛṣṇa in the mind while meditating? So that they can, what will happen? What is the advantage? Anyone?
The mind will be purified in the sense that it will not go towards its objects.
Objects. Why will it not go towards the objects?
No. The thing is, as he is actually contemplating on Bhagavan, the karmas which are coming in the way will be actually erased by Bhagavan's grace.
True.
So the mind becomes strict.
Yeah, this point is well articulated in the Rāmānuja Bhashya. In Madhva Bhashya, this is secretly meant. He definitely believes in this, but in this particular verse, he only gives priority to hard work. In Madhva Bhashya, he says, Bahuyatnataha shakyani. So thing is, focusing on Hari is not easy. It's done by a lot of effort. Hence, you should work hard. That is how Madhvācārya takes it. Yukto mai mano yuktaha. So keeping me in mind, ahameva sarvasmad utkrishtah yasya matparaha. I am so thinking that I am the highest beyond everybody else, higher than everybody else. Phale phalamaha vashehi iti. So if somebody keeps their mind under control, they keep their mind and senses under control, and who focuses on Hari, tasya prajñā pratishtita, that person's mind will become steady. So that is the way Madhvācārya takes it. Śaṅkarācārya's only difference is, he says that there is one, there is a comment. I prefer if you can speak about it. If you cannot, it's hard for me to read comments while. Okay. So the thing is, see, I'll assume that they're just comments. If you want to say something about it, please speak out and share your thoughts. Because it's hard for me to read comments. Why? Because I have to switch over from the presentation mode of PowerPoint into non-presentation mode. That's why. So, see, you're welcome to ask using voice. It's better to speak. Śaṅkarācārya, on the other hand, any comment you want to make? Questions? Okay. Those who are not doing, they're not talking, they should keep their audio muted. Please mute yourself. That way it's clear.
Swami, I have a question, but I'll ask after you explain what Śaṅkarācārya's view is.
Yeah. Śaṅkarācārya says, Tāni sarvāni samyamya yukta asita matparaha. Samyamya means samyamanam vashikaranam kritva samahita sanne. So keeping your mind calm, controlling your senses, asita matparaha, aham vasudevaha pratyagātmā paraha yasya saha mat paraha. So the thing is, sarva pratyagātmā, what do you call, for that person, the main focus is the Atma of everyone. Vasudevaha here does not mean Vasudevasya apatyam puman Vasudevaha. Vasudeva means Vasudeva is the father of Kṛṣṇa, and Vasudeva's son is Vasudeva. That is not really meant here in by Śaṅkarācārya. Vasudevaha means sarvatra aso vasati. That means he lives everywhere. And who is that person? Sarva pratyagātmā. He is the Atma of everyone. Paraha yasya matparaha. That is the highest for whom? That is matparaha. Na anyoham tasmat iti asita. I am not different from this Ātman, which is the Ātman of everybody, which exists everywhere, all pervading. So that is the meaning Śaṅkarācārya gives to this verse. Evam asinasya yatehe. If a muni or yati is a person who has controlled mind, if he sits and focuses and meditates like this, vashehi asya Jñānī vartante abhyasa balat. See, look at this. Only by practice one can stay in this state. So by hard work one can stay in the state, and such a person, tasya prajñā pratishtita, that person's he or she, that person's Jnana becomes focused. So that is how Śaṅkarācārya takes. So these are three different views. So what is the question now?
So all three Acharyas are talking about a certain object of meditation, right? Because here Kṛṣṇa is not really realized by the aspirant yet.
Yes.
So the point of keeping Kṛṣṇa in your mind, that means any form of the Lord, as we know. Is that what it means?
Yes.
Okay.
According to two Ācāryas, that is Madhvācārya and Rāmānujācārya.
Okay.
Here, Kṛṣṇa as a form
I have one question.
One
That
second.
is, I want to know
No.
what is the what Śaṅkarācārya and Rāmānujācārya and as well as Madhvācārya mean by the word Prajñā. Is there any special meaning given to that word Prajñā?
I will come to that. Why don't we finish up with the question here, right?
Okay. Okay.
I will come to that. So here Madhvācārya and Rāmānujācārya sort of indicate there is some kind of a rupa, some form in that is which is kept in mind by the aspirant, and that is very clear in Rāmānuja Bhasha. He says Chittasthito Vishnuho Sarvakilbisham. So here, who is this Vishnu? This point comes up. If you look at Vishnu Purana 6th chapter, in Keshidvaja Khandikya conversation, that Vishnu is explained somewhat like how they explain in the Vishnu Sahasranama, where the Dhyana Shloka says Tashankachakram Sakirita Kundalam Sapita Vastram Sarasiru Hekshanam, and where that Vishnu is thought about as a person with 4 arms, with Shankha and Chakra, and some kind of with a divine smile, and also like lotus-like eyes and things like that. So this kind of form is kept by the aspirant as per Vishnu Purana, and similarly Rāmānujācārya refers to that kind of a form-based meditation. Similarly, here by Madhvācārya, tarhi ashakya ato yukta mayi mano yoga yuktaha. So even here, Madhvācārya refers to a form, even though he does not explicitly indicate here. Okay, and that's very interesting. That in the 2nd chapter, I don't know where he indicates form, but form is extremely important. Bimba Darshana, yeah, he definitely indicates the term called Bimba Darshana. That Bimba Darshana is the original form of Hari, and he also mentions about the realizations of Dhruva, Prahalada kind of people. So, and in he picks up from Naradiya Purana and Brahmatarka and so many other places. So, I don't think there is any doubt that Madhvācārya also has in mind meditation on the Lord who has a form. No question about it. In Śaṅkarācārya's here, he does not highlight the idea of form. And where does he highlight the idea of form at all? Maybe somewhere else in the Bhagavad Gītā, maybe in the Bhakti Yoga chapters or some other chapters. Not sure about it. I'm not perfectly knowledgeable about it. So we have to check and see if at all Śaṅkarācārya makes any effort to think about for an aspirant to think about a form. Here it is Yukta Asita Matparaha means here, according to Śaṅkarācārya, Yuktaha. Samahitaha san means with a calm mind. Asita Matparaha. Asita means be in a calm mind, thinking that for that person the only idea or object is to focus on the Atma of everything. So I am, and in fact, how do you focus? He says, Na anyoham tasmat. So I am not different from that Atma, which is the Atma of everything. That is the way Śaṅkarācārya takes. It's quite different and distinct in that sense. There is quite a big difference in terms of meditation, the way Śaṅkarācārya explains. What does Prajñā means here is the question, next question, right? So here, one second. Here, Prajñā for Rāmānujācārya means focus or pure knowledge of a particular object. So the thing is, Prajñā, Prakarshena Jnanam, Prakarsha Jnanam kind of view is what Rāmānujācārya says. So what that means is the jnana which is not perturbed by sensual distractions. Jnana is totally focused on Vishnu. That kind of jnana is tasya prajñā pratishtita. So the whole of, in Rāmānuja Bhashya, if you look at tasya prajñā pratishtita, or the person of the steady mind, there the focus is on Jīvātmā. That means he gets established in the pure nature of Jīvātmā. So even though the person is focusing on Lord Hari, because of the burning of the papas, then why does the burning of the papas occur? Because the focus is on Lord Hari. So Lord Hari blesses this devotee to get the focus properly. That will only result in Atma-jnana. Who exactly is Jīvātmā other than the matter? So that person understands the nature of himself, the Jīvātmā Sakshatkara in a better way, which is disconnected from the body. So he gets disconnected from the body. And what is the nature of this Jīvātmā, the Karta, Bhokta, the enjoyer of this body? What is, see, the enjoyer of the body is unknown at this stage, right? At this stage, the enjoyer or Jīvātmā is mixed up with mind, matter, and all these bodily experiences. Hence, if somebody asks you, who are you? Oh, I am this. But this person usually does not answer who exactly he is or she is. He says, oh, I am somebody's son, somebody's wife, somebody's husband, somebody's father, somebody's mother. Kind of relatively you speak of you, but you don't speak of you as who is that exact object, who? What is the nature of this I? That is unknown in general life. But what Rāmānujācārya says here is, if that person focuses on Kṛṣṇa, Hari, and meditates, the true nature of who he is, unconnected to matter, he says, Prakriti Viyukta Jīvātmā. Prakriti Viyukta means the matter is disconnected. So the pure Jīvātma's nature is understood. That is where Rāmānujācārya is focusing on, Prajñā Pratishtita in that sentence. For Madhvācārya, tasya Prajñā Pratishtita means it becomes unperturbed, that is, mind becomes peaceful in the object of meditation. The object of meditation is Hari. So what is the value of getting the peace? Here the peace is eventually understood by Madhvācārya. Śānti term, according to Madhvācārya, is Nirvāṇam and Mokṣa only. So Mokṣa is Śānti for Madhvācārya. But when the Indriyas are not diverted, not distracted towards sense objects, and the mind is focused on Lord Hari, what Madhvācārya says is slowly the dhyana becomes powerful. Dhyana means meditation. Meditation on Hari becomes powerful. Then that will lead to Aparokṣa Jñāna. Aparokṣa Jñāna means direct vision of Lord Hari. So the thing is, Aparokṣa Jñāna means that person does not get perturbed by any kind of sensual distractions, sense-oriented distractions, or any kind of other thoughts. So that person focuses completely on Lord Hari. That's the idea of Madhvācārya here. Hope this is clear. Clear? I guess so.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's clear now. Okay.
Very good. Okay. We have gone through this already. So Madhvācārya we have summarized here is it. Ato bahuyatnataha shakyānī. So this mind control is not easy. Only with lot of difficulty one can do it. Ato yatnam kuryat. Hence, one person has to work hard. Yukto mayi mano yuktaha. That means focusing on Hari. Ahameva paraha sarvasma dushkrishto yasya samat paraham. I am the highest beyond everything else for this particular person. That is the meaning of matparaha here. Phalamaha vashehi iti. The person who has the mind and senses under control will have focused, that is, will get focus on Krishna. So Indriya Jaya means winning over the senses will result in focus on Krishna. That's the idea here. Next verse is Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Upajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammohaha Sammohat Smriti Vibhramaha Smriti Bhramshat Buddhi-nāśa Buddhi-nāśat Pranashyati. He says Vinashyati, or same thing. So this is, if a person is focused on the objects of senses and experiences of this iha, what will happen? Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsa means by focusing mentally, thinking about other experiences which are material experiences. Sangasteshu Upajayate, that person gets contact. Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha, attractions, desires will come. Because of desires, if the desires are not fulfilled, anger sets in. The person becomes very angry. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha. Anger makes their judgment even more clouded. And sammohat, total delusion, smriti vibhramaha, does not remember what is right, what is wrong, does not remember the Shastras as it is. Smriti bhramshat buddhi-nāśa, because does not have the memory of what was understood properly earlier. Even that memory goes, so the person loses the mind completely, loses his intelligence. Buddhi-nāśate pranashyati, the person gets destroyed because of that. So that's the general idea here. Here, Madhvācārya says, ragadi dosha karanam aha. The desire and so on, the problems with it. Why does that problem come up? Pariharaya shlokadvayana, and how to get rid of it. Sammoha Ācāryas. What is sammoha? Delusion, we say. Madhvācārya clarifies, says Ācāryas. What should not be done? One starts liking, oh, that's good, we should do something, but that should not be done. It doesn't matter, but I have to do it. That the desire to do something which is wrong, something which is not prescribed, something which is denounced, that is known as Ācārya ichcha. Tatahi, and that is sammoha, or the word sammoha means that. Tatahi moha shabdartaha ukta upagītāsu mohatam gitam adharma rakshanam chaiva niyatam papa karmasu. So moha is also same, sammoha, and Upagītā says that moha means attraction to do adharmic papa karmas, whatever is not dharma. If you do that, one gets papa, sin. And because of sin, the person, mind gets clouded further, and lots of other problems can happen. So moha shabda is explained by Madhvācārya in this way. Tathacha anyatra sammoha dharmakamita. So the thing, sammoho adharmakamita, it should be, one second. Sammoho adharmakamita, I think that is. So desire to do adharma is sammoha. Smriti vibhramaha pratishedhadi smriti vināśa. So the thing is, what is smriti vibhramaha? People, when they study Shastra, they very clearly know something should be done, something should not be done. Paravitta apaharana, stealing somebody else's wealth, that should not be done. It's all over in the Shastras. But the person at that point forgets that. Smriti means remembrance. That is confusion. So that it doesn't remember the powerful dictates of the Shastra. Buddhi-nāśa, sarvatmana dosha buddhi vināśa. So buddhi-nāśa means that person totally ignores, totally forgets that something should not be done and something is not right. So the person does it without even bothering, killing, hurting, cheating, stealing, everything that person does, but he thinks that he is doing the right thing because he doesn't know that is wrong. Vinashyati, that vinasha means narakat yanartham prapnoti. The person will reach some things like naraka and others, whatever that bad things the person achieves. The person will go to hell and probably find even more situations with great problems. Tathahyuktam adharma kamina shastre vismritirjayate yadam dosha adrishte tatkritescha narakam pratipadyate. Madhvācārya quotes another vachana from somewhere, some reference, I don't know what that reference is. Adharma kaminaha shastre. So thing is, the person who desires what is adharma, what should not be done, that person loses the knowledge of Shastra. Whatever the Shastra shloka says that it should not be done, the person forgets. Because he forgets, he does not see anything bad in doing whatever his mind and senses tell him to do. He feels like doing something, he just does it. Because he doesn't see anything bad. That person will eventually go to hell. He commits sin and eventually reaches hell. Sammohat mithyajnanat jñātamapyanyatha smaryate. Because of thorough delusion, the delusion has set in very deeply. The person is mad in a way. So whatever he remembers exactly as opposite to what should be remembered. So he misunderstands everything. Vakyartana manyatha smaranata nirnitam jnanam nashyati. Whatever nice things he had understood before, he or she, he always mistakes it. So remembering the sentences wrongly. So what was understood by the help of genuine teachers is also misunderstood. This happens often. Raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyescharan atmavashya vidheyatma prasadam adhigachyati. This is 2.64. And Madhvācārya says this, Raga dvesha viyuktaistu, that is, if a person goes beyond, get rid of desires and anger, even though the person is experiencing objects of senses here, anybody, even a Jñānī in the world, has to experience bodily comforts or indriya vishayas to some extent. Just survival, even to have a little food and water, shelter, and whatever is needed for existence, deha dharana, or to keep the body mind together. A person has to experience certain things, food, water, shelter, and any kind of experiences. But such a person is still okay because the person has all the desires and anger under control, and that person achieves a state of prasada. What does prasada mean according to Madhvācārya? Prasada is a natural state. Without any extra effort, the person's mind only goes and enjoys things and understands things around the world without getting stuck with desires and anger and other things like that. So the person will not be disturbed or distracted by any sensual pleasures or any experiences of senses. So the person is peaceful. So prasada is, manah prasada means mind is calm and peaceful. So indriya jaya, or winning over the senses, gives peace. Prasade sarvadukhanam hanirasyopajayate. This is 2.65. Prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishtate. So all the sorrows are gone because of manah prasada, our mind is calm. Prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishtate. A person's mind which is calm is now ready to perceive the Lord. Katam prasada matrena sarvadukahanihi. How does all the sorrows and bad things go away by having a mind which is calm? Prasada leads to Aparokṣa through Jnāna, according to Madhvācārya. So the calming of the mind will lead to direct meditation, which is unperturbed on Hari. So once that meditation becomes more and more powerful, and eventually Brahma Aparokṣena samyak sthitim karoti, he will get the direct vision of Hari. Prasado nama svatopi prayaha vishya agatihi. He clarifies the prasada means by nature, the person's mind does not get distracted or does not go towards the sense objects.
Can it be said that by prasada it means clarity of the mind?
Yeah, manaprasada is clarity only. Yeah. Buddhi ayuktasya nasti buddhirayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana nacha abhavayataha shantihi ashantasya kuta sukham. This is the verse 2.66. Madhvācārya says, prasadhavave dosha mohottarash dosham aha uttara shlokabhyam. So in the next two verses, if there is no prasada or calmness of mind, what are the problems? These problems are explained in these two verses. So nasti buddhi ayuktasya. So without manaprasada, yuktihi chitta nirodha. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya means, so the thing is, the chitta nirodha means mind control. Mind control is not there if calmness of mind is not there. So calmness of mind is very necessary for mind control. Ayuktasya cha buddhi samyak jnanam nasti. So the thing is, the person who does not have control of mind will not have the right knowledge. What is samyak jnana? It's aparokṣa jnana. Aparokṣa means direct. Parokṣa means indirect. Right? Suppose you study a book and know about something, it is indirect knowledge. Suppose you actually experience an object directly by touching, feeling, and things like that, that is direct knowledge. So samyak jnana is direct knowledge of Hari here. So only a person with a calm mind can focus on Hari and realize Hari. That is the whole purpose here of this shloka. Tadeva upapadayati na cha ayuktasya iti shantir muktihi. Śānti means ashantasya kuta sukham, right? The next verse is here. Śāntihi ashantasya kuta sukham. This explanation, what Madhvācārya says, Śānti means mukti itself. So Śāntir Mokṣa Nirvāṇam is a kosha. Some kind of kosha. It is not, I don't know it's whether it is Aparokṣa or some other kosha. Kosha is a thesaurus according to Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit, there are a number of, number of koshas in Sanskrit. So Madhvācārya is very familiar with many koshas, and he picks up and he sometimes doesn't even mention which kosha it is. So through dictionary, we know Śānti, a word can refer to Mokṣa and to refer to Nirvāṇa also. And this is very convenient because according to Madhvācārya, in this particular second chapter where Brahma Nirvāṇa is explained, the term Brahma Nirvāṇa is talked about. So Śānti, Mokṣa, Nirvāṇa is all the same according to Madhvācārya. And the Gītā Tatparya is another commentary he wrote. He picks up a different statement from the Bhagavata. Śāntir Bhagavan Nishta. If you don't have Hari in your mind, you will never be peaceful. So Śānti means actually focusing on Lord Hari. Shamo man-nishtata. Shama means mind control. Even that is actually only focusing on Hari. If you don't focus on Hari, how do you get Shama or mind control? So this is the way Bhagavata talks about. And in the Tatparya, Madhvācārya quotes from Bhagavata. So Śānti is just not calmness. It is focus on Kṛṣṇa only.
Swami, question.
Yeah.
Swami, can you talk about the difference between Aparokṣa and Pratyaksha?
See,
The direct,
Pratyaksha,
yeah.
okay, Pratyaksha is, Aksha means Indriya. Aksha is eye and so on. Eye, ears, skin and tongue, and these are all senses, right? So Aksha refers to senses. Pratyaksha means in front of the senses. So directly the sense can perceive. You can perceive a computer or any object, a tree, whatever, right? That's a Pratyaksha is direct perception. Parokṣa means indirect. What is Parokṣa? See, for example, you don't see, even Anumana is Parokṣa, right? Suppose you see smoke coming from somewhere in a far hill. You assume that, oh, the smoke is caused by fire. Even though I don't see the fires because it's so far away, the hill is very far away. I see the smoke coming out. Hence, there has to be fire. So that is Parokṣa Jñāna, indirect knowledge of fire. Right? So Anumana is inference, is also indirect. Shastra is also indirect. Shastra means by studies. There asti brahmeti chet veda. Brahman exists, so says the Vedas. That's what one of the sentences in Taittiriya Upanishad says. So because Shastra say, yes, Brahman exists. That is Parokṣa, because a person only understands the Shastra sentences, but the person has not seen Brahman yet. So it is still Parokṣa. So whatever you get through Pratyaksha is direct. Anumana Shastra, they are Parokṣa, that is indirect. Aparokṣa means direct, not Parokṣa, not Anumana, not Shastra. So Aparokṣa is directly Pratyaksha only. But Paramatma is not visible through ordinary senses, right? So they call it as Aparokṣa. Aparokṣa means a direct knowledge of Hari, direct knowledge of spiritual entities. That is known as Aparokṣa. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you.
One question. In the context of Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita, the final state is Aparokṣa Jnana, or the direct perception. How about in Shankara's view?
Shankara's view is what you call the person becomes Brahman, because there is basically the whole of Shastra, according to Śaṅkarācārya, is denial of non-Brahman. Whatever is not Brahman, you deny, neti. And you will rest in Brahman. That is, you become Brahman. There is nothing else. Because Jiva is illusory. Jada is illusory. The universe is illusory. Everything appears for Brahman himself appears as this universe, right? So once you know that truly what this universe is nothing but Brahman. So the universe sublates. Like how when you burn camphor, the camphor is not there, it just sublates. So the universe will go away. And all that remains is Jnāna, Jnāna Swarupa, or the nature of knowledge. And that nature is not adjective, nature is not attribute. There's only Prajñānam Brahma means only Jnāna exists. And that is Brahman, which is Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. That is Nitya, it is eternal. Shuddha is pure. Buddha is knowledgeable. It is made of consciousness. Mukta is ever released. Never was it bound. That is the state a person achieves, according to Shankara.
In a way, according to Śaṅkarācārya, it is somewhat like filtering it out, everything, and getting only the
True. That's all.
Parabrahma.
Yes, that's all it is. Next sloka 2.67. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmanonu vidhiyate tadasya harate prajñam vayurnavam ivambhasi. This is a famous shloka which talks about how a boat with sails is at the mercy of the winds Like that, a person who follows, whose mind follows his or her own senses. So, yan mano anuvidhiyate. So the moment a person focuses on the sensual objects and senses, Ishvara guides him according to Madhvācārya. Ishvara, oh, you want senses and sense experiences? Okay, you have it. So Ishvara let him go, let her go and just experience the sensual objects only. Indriyanahmi charatam yanmano anuvidhiyate. Tat asya harati prajñām. So that person, true knowledge, prajñā does not arise. Prajñā is the focus on the Hari, will never happen. Vayurnāma vivambasi. Just like how the winds push a boat or a boat with sails in whatever directions the wind blows, because the boat itself does not have a motor or anything like that which drives the boat in a particular direction. So there is no intention. The person is, the winds will take care of the direction. Katham ayuktasya bhavanana bhavati aha indriyanamiti. So thing is, the person whose focus is not on Hari, the person cannot, the person's mind will only follow the senses and sense objects, and there is no direction control there. So nanu ishvar indriyanam anu buddhi-jnānam. So the thing is, even what do you call, Madhvācārya refers to a verse in 10th chapter, 4th shloka in the Bhagavad Gītā, buddhi-jnānam sammohaha, buddhi-jnānam sammohaha, shama. Oh my God, I get confused with these verses. Bhavanti buddhi-jnānam sammohaha. I have to refer to that verse. But anyway, what it says, buddhi, jnana, asammoha means an absence of delusion. All these things occur only because of Hari, Kṛṣṇa only. That is said in that is the power of the Lord, explained in the Vibhuti Adhyaya, that is the 10th chapter. Ityadi mokshamanattvate prajñām. So prajñām, Parokṣa Jñāna is Shastra Jnana. So prajñā is the direct knowledge. That doesn't exist. Utpatsyadapi nivarayati tirtaha. So without the control of the senses, even the Shastra Jnana, even if somebody studies Shastra, that knowledge will become corrupted, and the true knowledge will not even rise. So he will misunderstand the Shastra Jnana also. He will misinterpret the sentences of the Shastras. So mind control and sense control are absolutely necessary, even in ordinary life, to learn Shastras. So what does the lack of sense control do? It incapacitates a person to do dhyana. The person can never focus on what do you call, meditation on Hari. This is very normal. You know, you ask anybody, you keep somewhere, you just be calm and meditate on some mantra or something like that. The person keeps on reporting, see, I try to do it, but suddenly things come, about some movies or some news here and there. All sorts of things come into my mind. They do complain, most of them, right? Rarely, very, very rarely, a person can have sense control or mind control. Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvashaha indriyānī indriyārthebhyaha tasya prajñā pratishthitāṃ. Only a person whose mind is controlled, indriyānī indriyārthebhyaha, all the senses controlled, and that does not get attached to sense objects, tasya prajñā pratishthitāṃ, that person becomes Aparokṣa Jñānī. Aparokṣa Jñānī means he gets the direct sight of Hari. Only a person who has complete control over mind and senses can have the direct sight of Hari. That's all it is. and he is an Aparokṣa Jñānī. So in Aparokṣa Jñāna is necessary even to start meditation. So once Aparokṣa Jñāna is well set, that person eventually will realize Hari. Tasmat sarvatmana nigrihita indriya eva jnani iti nigamayati. So a person only who has sense control is a jnani or will become a jnani eventually. Tasmadyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvajaha indriyani indriyatebhyastasya prajñā pratishtita. We explained it. Now the state of jnani is explained here. Yanisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sab nisha pashyato munehe. So the thing is, a simple answer, simple understanding here is the Jnani lives in a universe which is separate from the ordinary universe. The Jnani's universe is like as dark as sleep for the rest of us, for the rest of the people. And Jnani is unaware of sensual attractions and the problems we get into. And Jnani, that is darkness for that person, because the Jnani never experiences that kind of turmoil, getting attached to senses and sense objects. Sanisha Pashyato Munehe, because he is seeing it. So what does Madhvācārya say about here? Uktalakshanam Pindikrityaha. He is now summarizing a number of things. So this is the essence, all the way starting from the Sthita Prajñā, first verse of Lord Kṛṣṇa, when Arjuna asked the question, Sthita Prajñasya ka bhāṣā samadhistasya keshava, that question comes there, and the Lord replies to him, Prajahati yada kāman sarvān pātha manogatan Ātman Jīvātmā ātruṣṭah Sthita Prajñastad ochyate. From there he starts till this Yanisha. So till this Yanisha verse, summary is given here. Ya sarvabhutanam nisha. So the thing is, all the beings have only darkness about the nature of Paramatma. Hari's form is not visible for rest of us or rest of all these beings. Parameshvara Swarupa Lakshana. Yasyam suptani iva. Na kinchit jananti. They don't know anything about the form of Hari. Some people may say, oh, no. I just now came from Tirupati. I had wonderful darshan. I had a minister who gave recommendation so that I can sit in front of Venkateshwara for 20 minutes. I had excellent darshan. The other people didn't have it. I had it, people say. But what Madhvācārya is referring here is that is not sufficient. That is one level. Madhvācārya is a pro-temple person. That is, he believes in a Archamurti and a temple. Udupi Kṛṣṇa's temple was built by Madhvācārya. Right? So the thing is, in fact, he could see the presence of Udupi Kṛṣṇa being hidden in a ship far away. There is a story goes, right? The story goes that Madhvācārya was waving his just cloth because he saw a ship getting stuck in a storm, and the storm was basically shaking the ship so heavily that the ship would sink. But Madhvācārya took his garment here and just moved the garment, waved the garment, and suddenly the storm calmed down, and the people out there were very surprised, it seems, and they came to the shore. And when they came with lots of wealth, gold and silver and so many things, Madhvācārya was only interested in one thing. Look, there is something here. Break open that particular thing. I need that. That was actually Udupi Kṛṣṇa's murti, and he. So those people were very happy that Madhvācārya did not take any wealth from them. They thanked Madhvācārya heavily and fell at his feet. But all Madhvācārya took was only the Udupi Kṛṣṇa murti, and he established the temple there in Udupi. So Madhvācārya is very much pro Archamurti. But what he says is that is not, ordinary people cannot see the Lord even in the Archamurti. Ordinary people will think, they in fact, we know that in the Melkote recently what happened, they took all the ornaments away and even probably in somewhere they killed the Archaka. The priest was killed by the robbers and they ran away with all the diamond and other things on the Yoga Narasimha Murti. That's what I heard. So for those people, they don't see the Lord in the Archamurti. That's the difference. So people whose mind is deluded cannot see the Lord in the Murti. I just remember a Tamil song here. I'm a Tamilian, so you have to let me sing this. Kannadasan, I think, says, Daivam yenral adu daivam, verum shilai yenral verum shilaidan. So the thing is, what Kannadasan says, if you think that that is the Lord, that is the Lord. If you think that that is just a shilai or stone, that's stone for you. So only a rare person can understand the Lord in the Shila. So here in this shloka, Madhvācārya says, no, the ordinary persons cannot see Lord at all. Nakinchit Jñānanti. It is as dark as sleep, deep sleep for people because they cannot see Lord Hari. Tasyam indriya samyama yukto jnani jagarti. Tasyam indriya samyama yukto jnani jagarti. Only a person with controlled mind and senses, he is awake because he can see the Lord within. He can see Lord outside and inside. Samyak aparokṣena pashyati. He sees Lord directly. Well, samyak means well. Pashyati paramatmanam ityartaha. He is seeing Hari himself. Yasyam vishayalakṣanayam bhutani jagrati. We are ordinary people are only awake in the world of senses. Tasyam nishayam iva suktaha. In that world, this Jñānī is asleep. The person is unperturbed by all these universal issues. Suktaha prayo na janati. Mattadivat gamanadi pravritti. So even if the person is living, eating, walking, talking, he appears to be like as if a drunk man or the person mattadi means he is like
intoxicated.
Yeah, matta is intoxicated. As if an intoxicated person does something without knowledge. The person is moving around because he is not really intoxicated. Matta divat, like an intoxicated person. So what exactly is happening in a Jnānī? The force of the Prārabdha karma is moving the body. So the Lord lets him do whatever the person has to do because he has to finish up. He has to spend away all the Prārabdha karmas before he can reach Hari. So the person like Shukra Maharshi walks around, talks, and things like that. So this is the idea of a Jñānī. In fact, when they talk about Prahlāda, he says, when his father Hiranyakashipu used to plunder Indraloka and so many lokas, and he used to get a lot of good toys to the young Prahlāda. But Prahlāda was not interested in those toys. It is said in the Bhagavata, Kṛṣṇa graha grahītātma na veda jagadīdrisham. So he was possessed by the planet Kṛṣṇa, graha. That means his mind was obsessed with Kṛṣṇa. Na veda jagadīdrisham. He did not know the world as we know, as we experience. So this is a very high level of spiritual state, which Madhvācārya says here. Taduktam deham tutam tam na charamam. Here, Madhvācārya refers to Srimad Bhagavatam. Madhvācārya is one, I think, if I remember right, both Śaṅkarācārya and Rāmānujācārya never refer even a single shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. However, Bhagavatam is close to the hearts of Vishishtadvaitins, and Sri Vedanta Deshika quotes from Srimad Bhagavata, and also the whole of Bhagavata is summarized in about a couple of thousand shlokas by Sri Vedanta Deshika in his work called Yadavabhyudayam, which is a wonderful poem written by Vedanta Deshika on Srimad Bhagavatam. So verily that is valuable for Vishishtadvaitis. For Śaṅkarācārya himself did not quote from Bhagavata, but from the Śaṅkarācārya's lineage, Sridhara wrote a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, which is held in high esteem by pretty much a number of followers. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hailed the commentary of Sridhara as accurate and fine, and their followers of Chaitanya Sampradaya hold Bhagavatam as the highest, best text one should know in this world. And they hold Sridhara Vyakhyana as very important. So in this Srimad Bhagavata shloka, Madhvācārya says, Deham chatam na charamaha sthitamuttitam va siddho vipashyati yatodhyagamat swarupam devadupeta matha daiva vashadapetam vaso yatha parikritam madira madandaha. What it means is, because he has achieved his real identity, the Paramatma realized soul has no conception of how the material body is moving or acting, just as an intoxicated person cannot understand whether or not he has any clothing on his body. He thinks he is under the control of Sri Hari. This is the essence of the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is in the 3rd canto, 28th shloka, 37th verse, I think. 28th part and 28th chapter, 37th verse. There is another verse, which is 38th verse, Deho Pidaiva Vashagaha. This is the summary written by Madhvācārya here. Deho Pidaiva Vashagaha Kalukarma Yavate Swarambhakam Pratisamikshata Eva Sasuhu Tam Saprapancha Madhiruda Samahadi Yogaha Swapnam Punarna Bhajate Pratibuddha Vastu. This is Srimad Bhagavata. Very hard to understand Srimad Bhagavata, by the way. If you look at 2 or 3 commentaries on the Bhagavata, you will know the Sanskrit is so difficult to understand. But I'm just not going through the details of Srimad Bhagavata here. I'm just directly writing some portion of the purport. I did not write some other portion of the purport here. Just I copied right from the Veda-based Prabhupada's purport here. The body of such a liberated yogi, along with the senses, is taken charge by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it functions until its destined activities are finished. So the thing is, the body of a person who is liberated, who has direct sight of Lord Hari, what will happen? Hari himself will take care of the body. Even that, because that person does not recognize things here. He doesn't know what to do. But because of the Deharambaka karma, so till the karmas which have started this body are in action, they are not finished yet, they are not experienced yet. Till then, Hari will take care of the body of that great yogi. That's what he said here. Iti shlokabhyam manana yukto munihi So what Madhvācārya says here is Shastrartha Manana leads to Aparokṣa Jñāna. So first is Shastrartha Jñāna, truly understanding the Shastras. Can I ask you a question here? Who can really understand the Shastras properly, according to Madhvācārya?
One with a calm mind. Swami, I also have a question.
Wait, let me finish this and then I'll let you ask a question. Okay? So that is correct. One who has won over the senses only can understand Shastrarthas. So a person who does not have sense control cannot even understand Shastra. So, Shastrartha leads to manana, that is thinking, and vichara. Vichara is contemplation. Is it right? Is it wrong? So only when a person calmly contemplates, a person probably can understand the Shastras properly. Only then the true focus and meditation on Hari is possible. That leads to Aparokṣa, or direct realization of form of Hari. Pashyataha ityasya sadhanamaha. Pashyataha is the highest goal. That means he is actually seeing Hari. That Hari can be seen only through a sadhana, meditation. And that meditation's process is explained here. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Swami, 2 slides ago in the Bhagavata shloka, the next one, what is the view of Madhvācārya about being liberated while living?
What does it mean? What is your question?
In the next slide, it says that a liberated yogi, the body of a liberated yogi, is taken care of Hari and until his Prārabdha ends, right?
True.
So, what is the view of Madhvācārya about being liberated while being here?
See, there is here both Rāmānuja Sampradaya and Madhva Sampradaya are similar here. Okay,
They
and
don't
also
accept it.
This is also similar to Śaṅkarācārya Bhashya also here. This is a very minute problem people are making a big deal about. Okay, all Ācāryas agree. What do you call the body of a liberated yogi, along with the senses, the body is not a problem for this person because all the karmas are pretty much destroyed except the deharambaka karma or the prarabdha karma. So that person is essentially liberated while living. This is acceptable to all Ācāryas. But only Rāmānujācārya says, what is this Jivan Mukti? It is a oxymoron. If you say Jīvan Mokṣa, somebody is living and is already realized. The true Moksha comes after the body is given up, according to Rāmānujācārya. Even here, the true liberation, according to Madhvācārya, also comes after the body is given up. So there is no difference.
But this is similar to the situation where like people like Ramana Maharshi are.
It is similar only. It is similar.
Can this be taken as Turiya?
Turiya is like, see, Turiya doesn't focus on this. They may be in Turiyavastha. Turiyavastha means what? That which is different from dream, deep sleep, and wake states. That is the Turiyavastha. That is actually where when a person is in Aparokṣa Jñāna in some ways. Turiya is a wide range. In Turiya, there may be different levels.
I think I have my opinion about the Turiya, Turiya state. So when you are in Turiya state, you are dead to the external world, though you are living. If you see the pulse, everything, you are living, but you are not living to the world. And you may get senses, you may come back afterwards.
Sure.
But that state of mind, nobody who is awake can understand that.
Yes. Yes, agreed.
That is also a living state only, Turiya. But not unlike this Swapna, Jagrat, Sushupti. Not the three stages.
Yes.
But he is alive in Turiya also. But he is not alive to the external world. He doesn't experience anything, even iota of external world.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Here, Madhvācārya quotes from Brahmatarka. Let me finish this set of slides. It will take only a few minutes, okay? We are going a little bit beyond an hour now, but I think I should get to a particular level before I start with the final shloka will be in the next class. But so before the final class, I'll finish up the verses here. Devebhyo anye yada brahma pashyanti anyanna drishyate nishayamiva suvyaktam yathanye brahmane yate ascharya Drygyadvat Ascharya Vastu Drik Yadvat Vyakta Manyanna Pashyati Aikagriyadva Sukhodrekotva Sukhodrekat Devaha Suryavadevacha Prayashaha Sarvavettaras Tatrapi Hyuttarottaram Iti Brahmatarke. See, the Brahmatarka is another work Madhvācārya quotes. The summary of the Brahmatarka verse is here. What is it? Except the Devatas, others, when they see Hari, are unaware of external universe, like they are sleeping. That is, the external work is like sleep for them. External world is like sleep for them. Like how Ajñānis do not see Hari. Ajñānis cannot see Hari. Even if they go to a temple, they don't see Hari. These do not see anything other than Hari. That is the Jñānis. The reason is due to focus on Hari and also the bliss of the sight. They are enjoying the sight of Hari and they have the focus. The enjoying is not ordinary enjoyment, it is this bliss. Devatas are different according to Hari, or according to Madhvācārya. Why? Madhvācārya has this hierarchy, right? So ordinary Jñānis, even though they are completely focused on Hari and they don't know anything else other than Hari, they are at one level. The Devatas can know more about Hari. On the other hand, due to their distinct capabilities, can see Hari like how sunshine lightens up everything. As if in sunshine you see everything, right? So it is well lighted for the Devatas because they have purer mind, I think, in a way. As you go higher among the Devatas, there are like, there is hierarchy among the Devatas, right? Manusha Gandharva, Deva Gandharva. In the Devas, there are so many, and then Indra being the highest among the Devatas. Like that, there is a number of higher levels. They see brighter and brighter. Hari becomes more clearer to the higher level Devatas, according to Brahmatarka. Again, I have not seen the Madhvācārya and Kenopanishad. There, even the highest, according to the Devata, Indra, who is the head of all Devatas, or the king of all Devatas, even he could not see Brahman. And Brahman vanished. So that may be an exception to teach a lesson to Indra. I don't know how this Brahmatarka verse exactly fits into the Madhvācārya view of the whole Upanishad. I have to do some research on Kenopanishad, Madhvācārya. Then only I will know more about this. Actually, now I just was just explaining what Madhvācārya quotes here. The 70, 71, 72, I think 72 is the last verse. We will do 70 and 71. Apuryamanam achara pratishtam samudramāpaha pravishanti yadvat kāma yam pravishanti sarve sa śānti māpnoti na kāma kāmi. So a liberated individual, a Jñānī, according to Madhvācārya, experiences this world like the ocean. When rivers come and join the ocean, the ocean doesn't get swelling, that doesn't swell. And even if rivers don't come into the ocean, they don't join the ocean also. The rivers don't dry, the ocean does not dry up at all. So ocean is pretty much unperturbed. So that is how a Jnani deals with the experiences of bodily experiences. Vishya means even the experiences of objects, sense objects here. Yo Vishyahi apurya manopi, even though the person is exposed to sense objects and experiences of senses, the person is steady in mind. Now, he is not excited, he doesn't have sorrow, nothing is there. Nacha prayatnam karoti, he doesn't even go after any sense experiences. But if it naturally comes for some reason, nacha abhave shushyate, even if he does not have sensual experience, he doesn't dry up and he doesn't feel bad. Nahi samudraha sarit pravesha apravesha nimitta vriddishoshav bahutaro prapnoti. Like how the ocean does not dry up or does not swell due to the addition of the rivers or rivers not joining the samudra, joining the ocean. So the person is not even interested in sense objects. Sam muktim apnoti tirtaha. Such a person attains moksha, according to Madhvācārya. Bhunjanopi hiyas kāman maryādām na tarot taret kuchite. So the thing is, Madhvācārya brings one more, and he brings some special meanings here. Even though a yogi, a Jnāni experiences so many pleasures, but he will not cross the limit. Just like how the oceans don't cross the limit and swallow up the world completely. Oceans have a border also, right? Samudravat dharma mayim naso kami sauchyate. So keti kutsita vachi syat kutsitam manameva tu kāmo moksha virodhi syan nat sarvecha virodhini. So here, desires are not, see, prajahati adakaman sarvan parthamano gatan. All the desires are given up according to the verses of Bhagavad Gītā, right? Here the word all does not mean 100%. Even a Jnāni has some desires. Jnāni wants to see Hari. Jnāni wants to be in Vaikuntha. Jnāni wants to do that. Jnāni can have desires, but they are not denounceable, demeaning kind of activities. So all desires are not condemned here. All desires are not denounced here. So Jnāni can have certain level of divine pleasures and divine desires also. Gita Tatparya says, Nacha sarvecha bhave jivanam bhavati. In the Gita Tatparya says, if all desires are gone, the person can't even live. Right? So that is not meant here. Śāntir moksho yato hyatra Vishnunishta bhave dhruva. Vishnunishta is Śānti. What is pure calmness? It is moksha and it is focus on Vishnu. The next verse is Vihaya kāmānya sarvān pumanṣ charati nispraha nirmamo nirahankara sa Śānti madhigacchati. So the person who gives up all desires without any attachment, and here there is no mamata, so this is mine or I is not, there is that kind of feeling, and ahankara is not there. That person will get moksha, Śānti. Etadeva prapancheti vihaya iti. So he says, kāman vishayana, all sense objects, the person has no interest in it. Vihaya, giving up. Yes, charati, but he experiences them. Bhakshayami ityadya ahanka. Oh, I am experiencing this pleasure. That is not the feeling the person has. When some things automatically come, he experiences. And he has no mamata, means he does not have I or mine. I did it, I got it. There is no ahankara or ego. Sahi puman, that is the person ready to get moksha. Sayeva muktim adhigacchati, that is the person who will get moksha. The others are like animals. That means they only are experiencing the world like animals. Nishiddha spruha bhava matrena sarva vishayan vihaya. So the thing is, he gives up all desires that are denounced by the Shastras. But he can experience anything else. Aswarupe Surupatva Matireva Hyahankritihi. What is Ahankara? Having a feeling which is not true to yourself. Truly, you are the servant of the Lord. And that's it. Everybody is the servant of the Lord, no matter who. All persons, all beings are servants of Lord only. And if you think you're not one, that means you don't have the right knowledge, and that is Ahankara. Tyajya sarvatra mamata jñātva sarvam harir vashe. You should give up all ego, thinking that everything belongs and everything is controlled by Lord Hari. You are not the controller, nothing belongs to you. Only then you are in the right framework of mind. That's it for today. We'll stop. And there are some interesting points Madhvācārya brings in, like Shiva's role, the status of Shiva in Madhva Bhashya. That is questionable because the Shaivas will not agree with what Madhvācārya says. And that is sort of similar to what in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya or Vishishtadvaita Sampradaya also, Shiva is not taken as the Lord. Shiva is taken as a Jiva. So this is controversial, and we will deal with that controversy, because if you go deeper and deeper and deeper into Vedanta, you get different understanding out of it. That I will try to summarize, because some people will be very upset if I don't give the whole Vedanta view of it, because in Vedanta it is not that simple. You can pray to any god in Vedanta. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma, everything is Brahman. So if there is a way to pray anything and still attain Brahman, and Indra Pranadikarana clearly says, pray to my Antaryami. So can you pray to an Antaryami without even knowing what that person is? Without knowing Indra, that person can pray to the Antaryami or not? Can they pray? See, the question comes up. So this is a very awkward and controversial question. Some people get very affected. It's better to spend more time during the next class. And number of shlokas from the 7th chapter, 9th chapter, and everything have to be discussed. Not only that, Brahma Sutras and different other texts also should be discussed to clarify certain things of Anya Devatas. So, yesterday I think was Kaishika Dwadashi. In Kaishika Purana, there is a statement at the end which says that Anya Devata Puja is thinking Anya Devatas are same as Hari. Thinking Shiva is same as Hari is a very big mistake. It is a very big papa sin, and that is said in the Kaishika Purana. So Sri Vaishnavas take this very similar to Madhvācārya. The only difference is Madhvācārya has levels of devatas. So in Madhva, if you look at in the Madhvācārya's Tantrasara and the way they worship and the way they do rituals, different devatas are worshipped in Madhvācārya homes. That is in the Madhva homes. For example, Shiva Puja is allowed in the Madhvācārya homes, but they are given at different levels. Like Yama is at a particular level, Shiva is at a particular level, Vayu is at a particular level. So they give hierarchy to the devatas. So their life, daily routine is different from the Sri Vaishnavas, and from maybe the Panchayatana Puja of Smartas are different. We'll come to that later. Hope I don't want to get complex issues here or even discuss this in detail now. Next time we will discuss. If you have any questions other than these controversial issues, you can talk to me.
There is this book by Professor Hebbar about the role of Shiva and Vishnu. So
what is that?
There is one book by Professor Hebbar on the role of Shiva and Vishnu in Indian Vedantic thought, as per different like Shaivas, Vaishnavas, Marthas. So there is this book particularly by Professor Hebbar and Dr. Bahulikar.
Bahulikar. Hebbar is not. Hebbar's name is not Bahulikar. Bahulikar is
Hebbar is also there. Both of them. They have
Oh,
quoted in the
they
book.
both are the authors of that, huh?
Yeah. I got that book in Udupi. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I have
interesting.
that book.
I would like to see that book. We
I
should
have
meet.
that book. I can.
We should meet. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that
I
book.
can. Yeah, I can send that to you. I can send this one to you.
Okay. It will be interesting to know what they have written. Yeah. Very good. Then. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Kṛṣṇa Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Sambha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Ayodhana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Kṛṣṇa Arpanamastu.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar.